Hello and good morning, everybody. Jonathan of Intranet Future here with your Social Today show, trying to make this a regular slot now at 8:45 BST every day. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Social Today show. And good morning from Cheltenham. Lovely sunny morning here. Hope it's fantastic weather wherever you are. Yes, it must be 8:45 indeed. Straight on to the good stuff today around about social media and building your audience. But just a quick review of what we've covered this week on those lines. So a couple of quick tips on Facebook on Wednesday. And Twitter on Thursday. Nothing on Monday and Tuesday because I was having a break in Dublin. But on Wednesday we looked at using your Facebook profile to actually promote your business, to promote your page. A really simple tip, but a big winner in that you can put your workplace as your page. So you can basically tag your page on your personal profile as your workplace. And that's great if you're involved in a lot of business networking groups, for example, Facebook groups, or if anybody comes across your profile, checks it out and wants to know what business you're in. Morning, Rick. Morning, Linda. You can spin over to the page, and actually, thanks to Rick for emphasising the point with me after the show that it is really great for people to find you in groups. This tip, putting in your workplace. Hello there, Linda. As your page, and it has in fact worked for Rick and his hashtag promo business. So Thursday we looked at a bit of news from Twitter. Their Twitter follow buttons and indeed their tweet buttons are changing, so we're going to see some nice shiny new buttons this month. Gone are the boring old 1990s style silver buttons, and we've got some nice light blue buttons. So the tip here was to put those buttons on your website so you can actually get people to follow you directly from your website. And you can find out how to do that, kind of probably Google Google something like Twitter follow buttons to find the code, and then you could put the code on your website. Interestingly, different people were getting at this early morning hour. Okay, so on to today's tip, which are a bit more general, apply to all social networks, and 2 points that I want to make here. So first of all is to promote your social networks on other marketing channels. So a big one here, and often neglected, is don't forget the offline. So do put your Twitter handle, your Facebook details on printed literature, for example, on posters, even on clothing, if that's appropriate for your business. So perhaps if you're running a coffee shop or a pub or a hotel or something along those lines. So don't forget the offline to promote your social networks. Just use every available marketing channel. And the second tip, tied in with that really, is to make sure that your social networks have a purpose, that each one has a particular purpose, so that you're clear why that you've got it. No idea, I'm afraid, Tom. So that's important both for you, so you know where you're going with Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc., but also important for your audience and your potential visitors. So if you can give people a reason to visit, say, your Facebook page, then that can be pretty powerful. So, for example, you might be using your Facebook page for, say, competitions and discounts, whereas your Twitter might be a bit more customer service orientated and conversational. So if that was the case, then you could quite clearly say to people, follow us on Facebook to save 10% or whatever it is on a particular product or service, or follow us on Facebook, like us on Facebook to enter this particular competition. So you actually, welcome to everybody joining in now, you actually have a good reason therefore to attract them to your page. They have a reason to visit your page and to become a fan. So welcome, James. Good morning. So I think you've just finished a show, haven't you? So we're talking about growing your audience on social networks today. So recapping on the 2 tips so far this week and covering new ground today. So the new ground today, twofold really. Use all your available marketing channels to promote your social networks, and definitely don't forget the offline. Also, might be a good idea to, again, it's really appropriate for venues or events, but have a look at digital signage. I've got a feeling that digital signage is going to be a big thing in future. So this is where you have a flat screen with information on it. And for example, racecourses do this where they encourage, and I imagine other sporting events, where they encourage people to tweet pictures, and those pictures are shown on the big screen. So that's the sort of thing that I'm talking about. But you could also put up your own Facebook posts. You could promote your special offers using Facebook and Twitter, as well as get your customers engaged using digital signage. So do have a think about that. Thanks for all the hearts coming in this morning. Lots of screen taps going in, so that's great. Much appreciated. Okay, and the second point was to, just recapping, was to have a reason. So, visit my Facebook page to save 10%. Or perhaps to win a pair of sunglasses or whatever it is that you're giving away in a competition. So really, it's not kind of not strong enough these days just to say follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. You need to go a bit stronger than that and have a bit more of a reason to encourage people to visit and follow you on Twitter and like your page. So that's it for today. Not sure. I find the iPad works very well, Lux Sherry. I have tried the Samsung and it's not too good. I think lighting's important. I've got a standard broadband connection. I did actually try fibre, but it didn't work out for me for some reason. It actually seemed to be slower than regular connection. But I think I'm getting about 18 meg download speed, so it is a pretty good connection. So that might be it. And it possibly helps to have a tripod as well, so that you're not moving around. So that's a bit of a Periscope tip for you there. Doesn't cost much, but do invest in a tripod so that there's no sort of none of this sort of business jaggling around, which doesn't help the picture. So that's it for you're welcome. Hope you can join us again. 8:45 BST, British Summer Time. I will try and go on, and I think we're good to go at that time on Monday. So look forward to joining everybody again on Monday. If you're looking for more tips, then do visit my website at intranetfuture.com. My business name is Intranet Future. If you go to intranetfuture.com, have a good weekend, Rick. Then you can sign up for the newsletter just at the bottom of the homepage there. Only needs your email. And you will, over the coming weeks, be sent 100 Facebook tips, 100 Twitter tips, and 100 LinkedIn tips, all for free. So do sign up to my newsletter to take advantage of that. If you have any questions on social media, on what we've been talking this week about building your audience, then do put them in the comments. Got a couple of minutes before I go down to Laptop Friday. Indeed, Sarah, we'll see you there. Laptop Friday is a great co-working and networking event that we have here in Cheltenham. So if you're local to the area, do come on down for some great coffee and some chat. Laptops aren't compulsory because it is kind of mainly about networking, sharing and collaboration these days. But I have got a few minutes if anyone's got any questions you want to put in the comments about social media, or anything at all you'd like to add there, that'd be great. If not, you can always tweet me at intranetfuture over the weekend or at any time, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so it looks like no comments coming in, so I'm off to Laptop Friday. Whatever you're doing today, have a fantastic day. I only just saw that. I was about to close the show, James. Excuse me. What do you think about Twitter movie? Now, that's a very interesting question. Well, do you know what? I don't think they are actually going to remove it. Not as such. The 140 character limit is going to remain, but I think probably how they'll do it via a Twitter card, I would imagine. So Twitter cards, I tend to call those super tweets. So Twitter cards basically allow you to do things extra above and beyond, really, in extra or additional to a standard tweet. So, for example, you can put in a picture and a headline and a button or something like that using a website card. I'll come to that BYD architecture. Thanks very much for that question. I think that's how they'll do it. So probably there'll be a card and it'll say click to expand, and then you'll be able to go into a blog post or an article. But I think the key thing for Twitter is that they want people to remain on the site. So traditionally, you've clicked a link on Twitter to go off and read an article or a piece of news or visit another website. But of course, they want you to remain on Twitter, just like Facebook want you to remain on Facebook, primarily because of advertising, and that's how they generate their revenue. So I think that would work. It would work for Twitter. I think it would go down pretty well with people who want to produce some blog type content and articles on Twitter. But no, I don't think it will, James. I think, if they removed the standard 140 character limit, then that would be disastrous. I just can't see that working at all. Myself and loads of people would be pretty hacked off with that. I can't really see that happening. It would just fundamentally change the nature of Twitter entirely. Going back to the question from I think it was BYD Architecture on turning Facebook likes into customers. Now that's a tricky one. Now for me, really, the whole social media thing is it's a PR thing. It's about raising awareness, and then if you've got enough engaged potential customers and an audience, and we're talking about building your audience this week, who are really into you and your brand, then when the time comes to buy, they will come to you. They will know that you're the guy that sells great gents shoes. You're the person that is a great copywriter. You're the person that can give them great tax advice or whatever it is. Welcome, Angus. Good morning to you. Hope the weather is. I'm sure it's as fine in Bristol as it is in Cheltenham. So it's an awareness thing. I think that's the best way to turn to answer your question. To turn likes into customers, into actual business, is to carry on the engagement, produce fantastic, engaging content, build up that body of advocates, if you like. It's like creating your own. Beckhamstead, fantastic. Beckhamstead. Sorry. It's like creating your own marketing department, but it's an unpaid marketing department who are basically promoting your business and services on your behalf. If you can get them to share, that's a hugely powerful thing. Sharing the content out from Facebook and from Twitter. Exactly, advocates are your tribe. Very much so, Angus. I think unless there's any other questions, been interesting talking about building your audience today and this week on social networks. And just trying to think of a fundamental top tip around that out of everything that we've covered. I would say the fundamental thing is to have a reason, be clear of why you have Facebook, why you have Twitter. Thanks very much, James. Why you have Instagram, what you're using it for, and then you can tell other people why. So you can give them incentive, you can give them a reason to visit that particular social network. So no worries, Angus. I'm trying to doing these on 8:45 on a regular basis now. I find it hard to promote discussion and links to grand design. Yeah, it can be sort of like tricky. I need to sort of like look at your page really to come up with some specific ideas around that. But you're right, it's a good idea to link into TV programs if that's what you're talking about there, and I think you are, and current events because people enjoy that, and it's sort of like the conversation buzz of the moment. Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, Angus, 8:45, trying to make that regular slot. We'll be back 8:45 on Monday. Have trending tags. Yeah, that's a really good one to tie into trending tags. Twitter have actually got expression for this kind of marketing. They call it moment marketing, and I quite like that. So if you can tap into a current trend, whether that's a TV program, current event, some celebrity or other type of news that can work really well. Okay, yeah, news hacking is another expression for it. Indeed. Okay, that's it for now. Must head down to, in fact, must get some breakfast before heading down to Laptop Friday. That's our co-working and networking event here in Cheltenham. So if you are local, do join us. If you want to find out more about it, visit facebook.com/group/Laptop Friday. Thanks, Angus. Or just type Laptop Friday into Facebook. Bye for now, and see you on Monday.